Man, I'm tired. Alright, so this video is why your 20s matter. The story behind this video is that I was actually scrolling through YouTube and found a video called I'm in my 30s and how I wasted my 20s. Naturally, I was super interested, and so I clicked on the video. And before I go into what the video talked about, let me first kind of explain my thought process as far as what I thought the video was going to talk about. So when I hear I'm 30, I wasted my 20s, I automatically think that the person who is describing their story actually didn't go after what they wanted, and they didn't make money, and they kind of just partied their way through their 20s and didn't really do anything serious. That was my thought process before watching this video. Actually, the premise of the video was that he was seeking validation from others, and so in making all the money, he would spend it on things that he didn't necessarily need, again, to get approval from people in his life that didn't really matter. I gotta say, this was super interesting to me because, like I said, I thought that he was going to go into how he didn't go after what he wanted, how he didn't make money, and he regrets not doing so. However, I had no idea of the perspective that, in fact, he actually did make money. He had a great career, but he didn't spend or use the money that he made correctly. Instead, he was seeking validation from other people, and in doing so, wasted his money, hence wasting his 20s. After watching that video, it kind of inspired me to make a video like this, where I just kind of give you my thoughts as far as how I think you should perceive your 20s, your 30s, 40s, 50s, I mean, it really doesn't matter as long as you start doing something. But let's just, for this video, stick to your 20s. So the beautiful thing about being in your 20s is that you have time on your side. You may not have the experience, you may not have the knowledge, but you have a ton of time. And to understand that, you can then start to use your time wisely, and that's what's super powerful about being young. So with time on your side, I believe that your 20s are super crucial, and instead of just throwing them away to partying, going to college, and not really taking anything serious, I always encourage people to try as many things as you possibly can, because really, I think that people put kind of a, let's see, what's the word? They kind of put a pressure on young people to know what they want to do. And the reality is, not many people know what they want to do. Not even all young people, everyone. You know, there's still older people who don't know what they want to do. And so to put that pressure on young people to try to figure it out in like high school, and it's kind of ridiculous. So what I encourage people to do is to not use that as an excuse to not do anything, but at the same time, you want to use that and understand that there are so many opportunities in this world. There are so many things that you can do. So to try to niche it down to one thing to go after is just ridiculous. Why not pick a couple different things that you think you might enjoy and try them out? Go after them and see if you do like them. Going back to kind of what this guy was talking about in his video in regards to seeking validation from other people, that's a big one, especially for young people. We tend to be influenced by the people around us. We kind of compare ourselves to what other people are doing, and if we're not at a certain spot as someone else, then we kind of get discouraged and fall back. But I'd like to encourage you guys, everyone is trying to figure it out. No one really knows what they're doing. Some people may have an idea, but the reality is no one knows what they're doing, and they're figuring it out as they go. So I think that to seek validation from other people is really pointless, because if they're trying to figure it out as they go and you're trying to figure it out as you go, what's the point of focusing on them and what they think about you? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. So if you're watching this and you're kind of trying to figure out, how do I spend my time and what do I go after? First, just take a deep breath. Maybe a second one too. And think, what are some things that interest me? even in the slightest. Not that you have to do them for the rest of your life, but what are just a couple things that interest me? Okay, pick those things, write them out, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to start looking into them, trying them out. And if you like it, keep doing it. If not, maybe try something else. But Cade, what if you're bad at something? Maybe you like it, but you're really bad at it. I would say stick with it. Don't do it for a couple months and just give up. Stick with it and ask the people in your circle who are in that field if they think you have a shot in the field. Because chances are people who have been in the field a long time can usually see who's naturally good at something. So, or they can see who has potential. So if you're stuck and don't know if a career is something you're necessarily good at starting out, maybe ask the people around you and ask them to be honest with you. Otherwise, keep going. Just keep going. Don't stop. One of the questions that always is kind of stuck in my head is, what is worse, right? Okay, so stick with me. What is worse? The fear of failure or the fear of regret? Because it's going to be one or the other, right? You either fail or you regret because you never tried anything. So what's worse? And really that's up to you to decide. Otherwise, if you like the content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm going to be making more videos like this that are kind of just me and the viewer, not really scripted a whole lot, and just a lot more natural, laid back. And so let me know in the comments if this is the type of content you like and you want to see more of. Please hit the notification bell when you subscribe, that way you don't miss out on any of my new videos. And as always, my name is Cade Olaf, and guys, I will see you in the next one.